Hi. So we are trying to make it to where you can't see beyond a certain point. Let's try trees instead of bone meal. Yeah, the reason why I have bone meal is because I was trying to I was trying to get to where it looks like there's a ton of trees in this forest and it never ends, but spoiler alert, we're gonna try to leave as much green grass open as possible for now. Because this project gets really annoying really fast. I mean, I could change my mind back again and actually put in the trees, but I don't know if I'm going to. Before everybody gets very mad at me because I'm cheating or something, I play in creative. So I don't know if it's even possible to get bone meal in survival. And if it is, cool. Um, so I was just playing Disneyland Adventures. We um we do the um we do whatever we're gonna do on Disneyland Adventures, and then we move on to other things. Well, in this case, it's the fireworks display here. Because I figured out that I need this done before July. The other one doesn't have a time frame. So we might do a little bit of the other one, the painting houses. But I don't know if we're going to. I've had trees where I had to bone meal it over 100 times. And then it finally decided, okay, I'll grow. Um, some of those trees I had to go and, um, take out, and then all of a sudden, first try is when it decides to. We might even put in some. We might even put in some fireworks. I think that would be really great because, they need to be put in anyway. That was not where I was going with that. Of course, I found out that on, I mean, not on Wednesday, but like on, uh, sometime today, I probably need to go on, um, Disneyland Adventures because not Disneyland Adventures, Dreamlight Valley because there's a redemption code. I was thinking if they wanted to, they could do like okay, so they've got Disney Dreamlight Valley. That's the official name um of the game is Disney Dreamlight Valley. But, like they could do you know, if they had all permissions and everything, they could do a Harry Potter Valley. They could do a Marvel Valley. Um, yeah, this is not wanting to. There, fresh tree. Nope. Oh, I know why. See, do we have that problem again? No. Huh. There we go. So yesterday I was having a little bit of stomach issues, and then today I was, um, yeah, today it's like all better. So I'm like really happy about that. Come on. Oh, now does it look like a desolate wasteland back there? Yes, it still does. Dang it. So I did actually make dinner last night, and I made my rice recipe, and I was very grateful because like my fingers have been going on and off sore all day yesterday, and come on, oh, just on and off sore. But when it was time to make dinner, it was all better. You know what? It helps when you open up Twitch. Then I will. One of these days, not that one, that one. Okay. One of these days I will figure out what number, um, what number fireworks display it is, and um, I know you're probably saying it's 2026. Well, yeah, but you know how on Fictional Island Rebuild I put, that's 264, um, and then before that, 263, 262, yeah, that kind of numbers. See, something they don't tell you is that if you have the bone meal in the exact spot that you need it, I mean, this exact spot right here, it'll grow, and then if you have it like anywhere else, it won't. Or at least it doesn't seem to on Xbox. Oh, good. Oh, oh. Now how's it look? No, you can still see it. Okay, so I guess now that we've gone this way, we should go that direction. Cause yeah, you know, there's a whole bunch of people out there who like to build custom trees, and I'm like, why would you want custom trees when you could do this? I mean, I do understand if like you need you need a tree house. You might want, if you need a tree house, you might want a custom tree because, it's got to hold up the whole house. But I don't know if they're still there, but there was a household in Fairfield, California, um, that actually had a tree house. It was pretty cool. Um, that was their actual house, and I think it was because when it floods, it doesn't flood there that much anymore, but it used to flood really bad. Um, like the um, like the whole town, or at least the whole section where we're at, there was like 4 feet of water, and we went and boated. I mean, my dad had um, my dad had a raft, and I can't remember if that was a styrofoam one or if it was the rubber raft like we had later. But either way, uh, we got to boat over to my grandma's house. And I just thought that was so cool. And if that house was still there, I'd probably it's not, but if it was, I would probably want to buy it because it was grandma's house. But it's not like my grandma on my dad's side. It's not like her house where I know what it looks like. You know, it's not like that. This one I just have a vague memory of a large room in a large. You walk in the door and there's a large room, and uh, I'm assuming a hallway kitchen that went back to a little dining area, like the table and stuff. I think I could be slightly mixing up. I could be slightly mixing up um, our neighbor's house and grandma's. I don't remember. Anyway, I always thought it was really cool because it was lavender on the outside. Um, you might even call it violet. No, it was like purple on the outside. Apparently, Grandma did not like her name, and I did not know that. Well, anyway, so I got a little bit more done on my story. We got the part where um Sean comes home and Morgan talks to him done. And then the next part is um, the next part is Sean and Ashley. I mean, not Sean. Jesse and Ashley are gonna um, be talking to Sean in a moment, and Chantel's gonna join them. And okay, I can't move that. That's so weird. Okay. Huh. Won't let me move it. Um, I was gonna tell you exactly what Sean was eating. And, part of it was something about fruit snacks on ice cream, or I mean, fruit snacks on frozen yogurt. That's what it was, not ice cream, frozen yogurt. Um, Yeah, I've got it lined up. There we go. Maybe I was just a hair off. I don't know. I wasn't thinking of that, but probably Grammy Patricia's bed and breakfast ought to have a dumpster behind it. So there's going to be a book coming up soon where Sean and his wife are having their honeymoon in the ballroom of Grammy Patricia's bed and breakfast. But the bad guy wants to come in and that's not going to work. Maybe it's a little too close. Anyway, the bad guy wants to come in and um, kiss his wife instead. Um, maybe unalive Sean and do this thing. So, so that's why, that's part of the reason why Grammy's um, bed and breakfast is so important. Ah, there we go. That's the reason. No, because uh, yes, I do. There's plenty of space for a tree there. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say there's gonna be a problem. There's got to be a problem. Finally. What? Okay. Why are you still experimenting? I thought you said the 50 seconds or 55 seconds, whatever it was fine. Okay. No, I said it was. Oh, yeah, I said it wasn't enough, and then I discovered that the inside was hot and the outside just wasn't. Which makes no sense. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm like sitting here and all of a sudden, parts of The Night Will Only Know popped into my head. Um, I believe it's sung by Garth Brooks, if you want to look it up. Or just have, um, I think it's SIRE, SIRI or GOGLE, um, ALEXA. Um, anyway, play it for you. Or your Spotify. I think I can say that and not set anybody's devices off. And um, the other song that keeps popping in my head, and only the one word. Well, no, a little bit more than that. The one that goes, I see red! And it's like, that one just doesn't appeal to me if it's, like a song you love, that's okay. We don't have to agree. Okay. Oh, I mean, I really don't think that I'm gonna be, looking this direction to see if you can see all the little trees in there anyway, because of the fact that, because of the fact that, the fireworks, it's gonna, that's going to be more important to me. Finally. Oh. Finally. I know I keep saying finally. I'm serious. It's like the tree finally came in. Okay. And then the we could have had it all just popped in my head. It's like I don't know about other people, but there's some songs that I cannot understand the words to. But then there's that one part, we could have had it all. That I'm totally like, okay, I can sing that part. If I would like one to sing along. Come on. Ah. Yeah, see the trees behind there. That section's not so bad right there, but let's see, there's all that grass back there. Um, okay, maybe we won't be able to cheat. Okay, so let's see if we can put in more trees. Oh yeah, he's got a point there. The lower tiers here will help, give the illusion that this is a nice, lush, dense forest. I'm not ready yet. Well, down there, it does look like a nice, lush, beautiful forest. But up here, it just doesn't yet. Okay, he's got a guy that looks like like a astronaut from NASA or something like that, but with a cape. Apparently, that game didn't learn from The Incredibles. No capes. Oh, he put the cape on him. Okay. Well, anyway, I don't know why, but I looked over and it looked like Elsa from Frozen. Yeah, it was totally the wrong color scheme to be Elsa, but my brain was like filling in the blanks, and I'm like, how'd that happen? My goodness. It's gonna take forever. I mean, it's already taking forever, but like if I would have just kept up on the trees, this wouldn't have been a big problem. It wouldn't have been a big deal. But it didn't. Because it wasn't important to me at the time. Other parts of the build were important. 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. 1, 2. What? So he was hoping to get um, a medal in his game, and he got something else instead. He's a little upset. Well, that didn't work, did it? So I finally got the last week of videos added, and I took some off. I don't watch them. They're not. I mean, not I don't watch them. It's just they're not important to me anymore. Um, what does files have to do with YouTube? You're making no sense. Anyway, whatever. Um, I just they're not that important to me. I would watch them. It's just they're not that important to me. There's other ones. Kurt and Gary's dad. He's got a YouTube channel. He posts videos of his cats all the time. Um, his cats are Kurt and Gary. If I didn't say that, I think I did though. But anyway, um, I love watching his videos. But Penny the talking cat, I was expecting a cat that actually says yeah, no, nuh-uh, something like that, right? No. What they did was they got a uh I guess they got a program where they could use their daughter's voice. I'm pretty sure that's the voice that they're using. Their daughter's voice, and it yeah, they use a voiceover, and they make it look like the cat is talking. Their cat is talking. One, two, three, four. They make it look like their cat's talking, but it's really not. And then there's this dog bunny. One, two, three, four, four. You know, I liked watching that one, but like I said, it's not that important to me anymore. I stumbled on it because I was like, "Ooh, another animal with buttons," and it's mostly for them. It's mostly noise, and then um, something about the cat is upstairs, and they've got a buffalo cat like we do. Um, where it's cat, but it's running around upstairs like it's a big old buffalo. And you could hear it, and apparently our downstairs neighbor thought it was hilarious when we lived across town at the place pretty much across the street from Walmart. That was nice because we could like literally, walk across the street. We didn't have to really worry about getting hurt or anything. When we lived at oh, what street was that? Imperial. When we lived on Imperial, we definitely had to worry about getting hurt. Excuse you. That's where I hit my knee on the sidewalk 3 times and hit my head. Remember? It's because of the ice and not. Well, it was partially because of the location, because it was partly because of the location, because of the fact that, if you're not the main street, if you're not Carson Street, you're not getting plowed. It's just those people that live in apartments over there. Who cares about them? That's a cynical way of thinking of it. True, but he's saying like the people with the money matter. The ones that can go and afford, the $1,500 rent for a studio apartment. And that's if you're lucky. Um, we moved. Okay. Um, we lived in an apartment, Carson, Catalina. That's the one pretty much right across the street from Walmart. And we moved in, and it was only $700 rent. Then all of a sudden, just because they could, it went up to 800 and then 900, and then it kept going up, and it's like, you're not giving us any more service. Why is this going up? And they said, oh, it's the going rate around here. No, they were setting the going rate. Oh, I thought Carson Catalina was the one setting the prices. Across from Burger King? That's not fair. So, I don't know if you heard what he just said, but um, apparently they were setting prices from Tahoe, which isn't fair because that's a vacation place. So they call it a transient community. Um, okay, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, yeah, 7. Okay, so then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's hope that that doesn't grow before. Okay. Okay. No, this is back here. Oh, anyway, I was telling you about those videos because there's like so many videos that it was it was getting to be too much. So I only kept the ones on there that really matter to me, and I feel bad because I had committed to watching those videos. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I'll put that there. I feel bad because I had subscribed to their channel, but um, you know, they may think that I'm upset at their channel for some reason, and I'm not. I just can't wait. Okay, perfect. One, two, three, four. Well, right there can be, but um, anything past that is probably not good. Actually, that tree right there probably is not a good idea either. Okay. See, I wasn't going to do this because I'm like, the more moving parts, um, the more lag on, you know, the more your system uses the, um, uses. The more moving parts, the closer you get to maybe having so much lag in your system um that you can't do your 4th of July display because it's going to take a heck of a lot longer than it's supposed to, you know? I mean, believe me, it's going to be a long thing anyway, but, yeah, I don't want, like, say, pieces of it to disappear all of a sudden. That's why we're taking out all the lights. We're taking out all the lights because it needs to be dark in here. I mean, it, the world needs to be dark um, so the fireworks really pop, you know. But, like I wasn't gonna put in all the trees, and then I'm like, well, I kind of have to. Oops. Or at least enough of them that it looks like a a um nice full forest. Like this over here, this looks like a nice full forest. I did it just so to where it mostly does not look like there's anything besides trees behind it. You got to be really looking to see the spots without trees. Oops. So there's a rock band called Pearl Jam. I don't know if they're still a thing anymore, but they used to be a thing. And I found out yesterday that they were like trying to sabotage themselves, kind of, so they didn't get too popular, like so popular that they'd get burnt out on it, I guess. And he didn't really know what the reason was. But I watched a channel called Professor of Rock, and for his music, he usually gets his facts correct, but then when he's saying something about um, a movie, sometimes he gets the year wrong. Um, but I like watching his channel. But anyway, yesterday he was saying that they were trying to make sure that they didn't get too famous, and you're like sitting there going, why? The more famous you are, the more records you sell. The more records you sell, the richer you get. But maybe that was the point. Um, maybe they were like my dad at one point. Um, Apparently he was telling my grandparents, I think it was, that he was making enough money at, this one job that he had. Um, or like, we were making too much money, something like that. And I'm like, too much money is kind of good. You can put, I mean, you can use the amount of money that you need, and then, put the rest of it in savings for that time when maybe you cannot work, because either you're ill or injured or just, you're at that time of your life where you're um, just unable. Because of your age. Speaking of that, I wonder whatever happened to that thing with Dollar Store. They haven't sent me anything. Not the stupid application, the other thing. The lawsuit. Yeah. There you had to put, okay, so supposedly you had to put in for it by March something, and I didn't find out about it until April, but I put it in for it anyway. Um, Dollar Tree was using a certain program to sort their candidates for jobs, and the big problem was that it was excluding It was excluding disabled people. It was just excluding black people, and it was excluding people over 40. So that's not fair because it says right there in the application, usually, that they cannot exclude you for your race, for your age, and, just because you're disabled. We actually know of a guy who works at the South Carson Walmart. He's in a wheelchair. He's working out just fine. He's been there for years. I don't remember them saying anything about being excluded because they were a girl or a guy. So what you just said does not make any sense. But I know that it was those three that I mentioned, and it's like you're wondering how did they think they could get away with that? Anyway, I hope that it gets sorted out and those people that were affected by it, like me, get something out of it. Okay. Yeah, I think they got, I think they got in trouble for it, and they're getting a lawsuit up because, they conveniently did not tell people that they specifically did not want, those certain categories, you know. And I don't think that's okay because usually here in Carson, there's older ladies working there. I'm not saying, 60s, but definitely in their 40s, and then I'm getting excluded? I don't think so. Anyway. Anyway. Okay, so I think we got double trees over there. And that's the other thing. I want a pathway that Mama Bear and her two cubs can use to get over here to the um, house so they can, I mean, the mansion, so they can, so they can wreak havoc. All they do, it literally is walk around, and then, if you get on the wrong side of Mama and her cubs, like you get between the two, she's gonna swipe at you with her claws. Um, so for all of you who do not know, this is the world from my stories. When they're not out on the high seas, doing whatever they're doing. This is part of where they hang out. Um, that building over there is the bed and breakfast that is Grammy Patricia's, and Jesse and Chantel help her out. Occasionally, there'll be somebody, um, like I think it was in one of the stories, a uh, biker, um, you know, motorcycle riding, biker guy, took a liking to Chantel and just wanted to keep her safe. And I don't I don't remember the rest of that though. It was that in the one where everybody got the chicken pox, or is that the one where um I don't know why, but Sean and I don't know, Sean and somebody went to the bed and breakfast so he could talk to Jesse about one, two, three, one, two, three, four, about something. That's the problem I'm having is something. I don't remember what they needed to talk, what he needed to talk to him about. Maybe I was gonna say maybe the um, maybe a place to have their honeymoon, but that was settled while he was one, two, three, four. He was in solitary confinement. And it'll make sense, when that book comes out, it'll make sense then. Anyway, it'll definitely make sense then. Um, but anyway, um, apparently, oh, I think that was the one where they needed to fix the leak, or well, somebody had gone up to the third floor and left the water on. So it wasn't a big deal at first, but it caused a problem after that. I'm hungry. But anyway, it was either Daisy or Lily had insisted on going with Jesse, well, not insisted, but, asked if she could go. And Jesse's like, sure. But then Tasha, her cat, yeah, so I think it was Lily. So anyway, Tasha the cat decided that she wanted to go too on leash, harness and leash and everything. And the thing is that there was a mouse in the bed and breakfast somewhere, and Tasha wanted to get the mouse. Well, Tasha, you know, gets her, you know, I think the mouse was like running towards Sean, and Tasha went and got it, killed it, left it at, no, yeah, something like that anyway, and left it at Sean's feet. And Lily goes, Tasha, that's gross. And Tasha just looks up like, I know. All of the animals in my stories have, like their own personality. So, okay, normally I try to go and have um I'll go and try to have animals acting like actual animals. But with certain elements, I go and do it different because, it's easier that way. Um, what was I thinking? Is there supposed to be trees here? I think there is. I will figure it out. Well, yeah, maybe that would be better. Not there. There. Okay. Okay, maybe we will put in all these trees because I gotta have it look like a forest. And then we can go and uh, figure out all of the trees. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe. Anyway, we can go and figure out all the trees after. What was that? Almost sounded like somebody knocking on the door. Oh yeah, I'm used to that. Um, our neighbor always shuts their door really loud. I don't know why, but they shut it really loud. We do that sometimes too, but it's always an accident, and it's very few and far between. Okay, so yeah, well, they may not understand that. I always want to give people the benefit of a doubt that maybe they just don't know. you know, I, I'm going to use this as an example. Way back when in school, it was, explain something that is, um, it's obvious and normal to you, like making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I thought it would be so easy, but it really wasn't. I just thought it would be so easy, and then you start wondering, okay, do they even know what bread is? Because if you're making a sandwich, you need bread. One, two, three, four. Because the whole exercise was to try to explain it, so everybody would understand it. Well, I got into, um, like I got into the, get out a plate or a paper towel and put your bread on that, and like I was going down all the details, but I still don't think I did a very good job trying to explain. And I was kind of upset because I'm like, this is something I've been doing forever.
That's why the exercise exists, though. Make you think.
Yeah.
Called critical thinking. It's kind of like word problems in math. They're there to make you think. Anybody can add two and two, but you throw words into the mix and it messes everybody up.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but it does.
So, I don't know how much you're hearing him or not, but he's saying that like when you're doing math, but they give you a word problem, so it's like um it's something like Jimmy's got two apples, Karen's got two bananas. Um, 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 Coral's got, you know, two bags of cherries. How many fruit are there? Well, that'd be six fruit. Well, if you count a bag of cherries as, as two fruits. But, you'd be able to figure it out pretty easily if you just take the numbers and figure out that you got to add them together. You know?
My favorite are the ones that get really complicated. They give you like 8 sets of numbers and then ask for one answer out of one of those sets of numbers. Nothing more.
What do you mean? You mean like, Shirley's got six of these, and Steve's got seven of these, and Mike's got eight of these, and Tina's got six of these, and Ashley's got this many of these, but, how many does Shirley have?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly what I mean. That's exactly what
They
I
give you
mean.
like 16 numbers, so you're like, if you've got a problem with word problems, you're like sitting there going, what? And then they're just asking how many did Shirley have.
Yeah, something stupidly simple.
The ones that I don't like are the ones where it's this train is going this fast, traveling this far, and the second train is traveling this fast at this speed and this far, and how long is it going to take for them to be 50 miles apart? And you're like, I don't know. I mean, you're really sitting there going, I don't know. Okay, I need to go upstairs. I will be back. I never did get that question. No matter what car or speed or farness, distance. Okay, I'm back. Now I got two options on this: bone meal at all, or let it grow naturally. It'll probably get bone mealed because it needs to be here by 4th of July. And since it is April 26th today, I thought it was interesting because it's April 26th of 2026. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be somebody out there that's like, um, oh yeah, that's too close. Okay. Anyway, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be somebody out there who's like, "This is a good day to gamble because it's 26/26."
That's
Uh,
double 13.
I mean,
Double 20.
it's 4/26/26. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be somebody going, "This is a good day to gamble," and I'm wishing them the best of luck. I don't remember what year it was, but there was one year where it was like, oh, it was probably 2007. It was like 777 because it was July 7th, 2007. It was probably it was probably something like that anyway. If it wasn't exactly. Okay, so we're gonna go and we're gonna go back down the mountain and see where. Anyway, we're gonna go back down the mountain and see if there's any spots that don't have trees. And when we're done with the trees, we'll go and do the fireworks if we have enough time on stream. If not, I will do them off stream. And um, I'm hoping that I can go and. Wait a minute. Oh, because once. What? Okay, wait a minute. That's confusing. One, two, three, four. Oh. Yeah, if you don't do things right, it doesn't make sense. Or, I was just thinking of that math problem. Um, the math problem where they go, okay, 6 people got on at the South Street house, and 7 people got on um, at the North Street house.
How many got
Or,
off at the West
no,
Street
well,
house?
wait. It's John's driving a bus, and then it's like 5 people got on at the South Street house. I mean, at the South Street bus stop, and then the next set of people got on at the North, and there's like 7 people, but then 3 people got off at the West, and 6 people got off on the East. What's the name of the bus driver?
Yeah, where the numbers make no sense.
The numbers were irrelevant. What's the name of the bus driver? Bus driver's name is John. Or they'll make it, or sometimes they will make it complicated, and they'll go, okay, Sally and Chris got on at the south at the south stop, and then you know um Chris and Jennifer got on at at the North Stop, and then it'll just keep going from there, and then it'll be a random question of when did Sally get on the bus.
Oh, no, no, no. Even more random than that. How many people got off when the flat tire happened?
No, that has never been a thing.
I had one that way.
Oh, okay, my husband said that he got one where it was how many people got off when the flat tire happened. Well, obviously, everybody got off.
Yes, but how many people were still on the bus? You have to work through the entire load in order to figure out how many people were still on the bus.
During the flat tire.
When the flat
No,
tire happened.
because when it happened. Okay. But anyway, yeah. It's just random stuff like that. I am pretty good at word problems, actually. I might have to read through them a few times, but I'm pretty good at them. But I know that a lot of people have a word problem block, and I've got an algebra block. I don't understand algebra. It makes no sense. I don't know why we have to learn it if we're not going to be mathematicians. It'd be different if we are going to be mathematicians, because if you're going to be a mathematician, then you need that all that math stuff. But I don't understand how algebra is going to help me in real life. And if it's not going to help me in real life, it should not be a requirement to get out of high school. A business class that should be a requirement to get out of school. Um, definitely, definitely some kind of language because you're probably going to be dealing with somebody who speaks Spanish at some point in your life, or that speaks German, French, maybe Swahili. You know, that was the next language that popped into my head. Um, you know, you might be dealing with somebody like that in your life. Okay, so that's
You might
fine.
be dealing with a bunch of
You
numbers.
know, I didn't like it very much that, that's what we had to do. I mean, okay, so I was literally trying to learn Spanish, so when my parents were talking about, when mom was talking about, um, Christmas presents, she uh, couldn't talk about them around me because I was gonna know, right? Well, I was expecting it to become easy. Um, like I was trying to learn all the words that the teacher was teaching us, but I thought it was gonna become easy, like like when I learned English. That's unless you count a little bit of me understanding what my cat is trying to say, stuff like that. Um, unless you count that and my husband understanding what I'm saying when it's not coming out, it's the words are not coming out. It ends up being, he's like, he goes and says, "You want the cup?" I'm like, "Yeah, please." And I'm glad he says it that way because, maybe that'll reset my brain, so next time I need to ask for a cup, I can go and, or, whatever it is. One, two, three, four. Next time I have that problem, I can just go, yeah, I need a cup, please. Hey, you understand it enough. Like,
Deal with it.
like when we go and back out of the driveway, and then I notice that the jerk neighbor, I'm sorry, I'm saying it that way. Our neighbors are jerks. Not all of them. The direct next door neighbors, they're fine, but I'm talking about the people that go down our street, and you were only supposed to be going 25 down our street
It's a residential.
because it's residential. But I mean, it's even posted 25.
Well,
But
that's
people go down it going 40, 45, whatever. And when they see you trying to back out of your driveway, they speed up so they can get there, so they can get there first. They don't want to wait. So, that becomes a big problem too. So every once in a while, when those jerks will go and speed up, and I'll be like, I don't know why traffic does not come to mind. Car, whatever, just doesn't come to mind. But when I'm writing my books, everything comes out pretty good. I'm not saying perfect, but I will say pretty good. No.
just not when you're streaming, apparently, since you're spinning them blah blah mode.
I wouldn't say blah blah mode. I would just say I'm trying to what the heck? These are not lining up right. That worked really well. Okay, then that one's fine. Oh, there is one place that we haven't gone in this 4th of July that is an important spot, but we're not going to go there. Um, um, Around here somewhere, I'm not sure where, but around here somewhere is a path that goes. It's a horse riding path, and it goes. It goes from the mansion to the road. Yeah, that'll be perfect, I think. Anyway, it goes from the mansion to the road and the road to the mansion. Um, and it's got Sean's favorite tree in it. One, two, three, four. His favorite tree is a tree that gives him inspiration when he's trying to. He wants to draw a picture, but he doesn't know what to draw a picture of. So this tree gives him inspiration. I know it sounds weird, but that's what I came up with. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna fill in all these trees then. Fine. I'll put in all the trees and. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. We're leaving this as a a clearing on purpose because that's Grammy Patricia's grave. Um, See, it says Grammy Patricia. Normally, it would say Grammy Patricia in the year that, she passed away and all that stuff, but I just, I I can't give her a year because then I would have to know what year it is and all that. Well, it's supposed to be like a timeless classic kind of thing. I think that was a little too close to the other tree. It might make one giant tree instead of. It might make one giant tree instead of a. Oh, I think it was right here that I was trying to put in those trees. Oh, gosh. Okay. I think this is down. Oh, okay. Then I did miss some right here. So on Dreamlight Valley, you can toggle things on and off if you need it, if you need to. Like you can, um, like if your dream snap is things with weather and you want it pouring down rain, you can make it pour, you can make it pour down rain. Or if you want, um, or if you want it like totally dark and snow clouds and all that stuff, you can set that up too. I think. I'm pretty sure. It seems to be easier for the computer players, I think. So it's not really fair. But I like to get the moonstones anyway. I don't always get one, two, three, four. Okay, I don't always get the number of moonstones I want, but I like getting whatever I can get. Oh, so I finally found. Oh wait, I finally found the video where, and I wish they would have been in a different order. It was kind of. Oh, okay. It was kind of really dumb because they had the one video before the other video. So, um, it's the Don't Stop Meowing family. It's ARAWAT or something like that. For real, but I don't know how to pronounce it, so I just call them the Don't Stop Meowing family when I'm talking on stream. Um, anyway, they had the they had the one video where they're going to visit uh Fifi and Giselle in the hospital because, Fifi had just, for lack of a better term, given birth. She had a C-section, so, it's not like really giving birth. I've had two of them, I know. Um, okay, I'm confused now. Well, then we'll put that tree there. So it's 2, 2, 3. Ugh. Nope. Yep. I'm sorry. I have a 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a band-aid on my um like on the right side of my stomach because um because I got a I've got a sore there. But the problem is that I went and put um Bactroban. It's like Neosporin, but it doesn't do the bad thing that Neosporin does, apparently. Apparently, Neosporin was causing problems. I don't, I don't know exactly what it was because my parents were explaining it to me and they didn't exactly know either, or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, so they didn't make enough sense, and so now I'm not making enough sense. But anyway, Neosporin was doing something like it was healing it too fast, but not healing it correctly or something like that. Um, so so we used the Bactroban. I don't even know if that's how you say it, but anyway, I put that on there and I put a band-aid, and so I keeps uh it keeps itching because it's healing, and I'm like scratching around the band-aid, to try to help it, um to help it not itch, and it's not working, but I'm trying. Yeah, you're not supposed to scratch it at all, but that's what caused that problem in the first place. Because you know, I don't know why I like to pick at imperfections and you know that kind of thing. Uh, you know, I've always had a thing of when I was a kid. Like if you pull the scab off, your knee is going to just be fine, and um, it's going to look normal, no problem. But yeah, that never works because you pull the scab off and then it doesn't do what it's supposed to do because you pulled the scab off. Yeah. So okay, so let's try to find something else to talk about because I'm probably grossing out some people. Um. Well, in theory, I might be done with these trees, except for bone milling them. That'd be nice if we were done with these trees. Okay.
I thought you said you were offline for the day. Kiddo, talk to you in your Xbox time too. Sucker.
That sit around?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, our friend sit around. You'll usually hear me call him Sid, for short. Um, Gamer tag, not real life name. Um, anyway,
Yeah.
uh, his wife went on a vacation of some sort, and so, he's home with his kid, and they were going to be offline all day today, and no, Munkers, that's his son, gamer tag, not real name. Munkers talked him into Xbox time. Okay, so far we just have to get the trees to grow.
You aren't on the farm anymore. All you really need is more than one house, right?
Why does it seem like we just went in a big circle?
Because you did.
Okay. But I didn't.
Because you did and you don't realize it.
But I didn't.
Uh-huh.
Sure feels like it though. What were we gonna do? Oh, okay, yeah. This side? This side. Yeah. You've put in too many trees when you can't remember how to do this. Okay. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay, we weren't gonna do that. That's why. Okay. See, I don't like hang time like that. I mean, there's hang time between the fireworks, but there always is. But I don't like, you're sitting here going, when's the next one gonna go off? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Wait, is that 50 or 51? Because it needs to be on the 51. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Oh, yeah, okay.
And it's always a stop suggestion for them. Or is that just the Nevada State Troopers?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's a sheriff supervisor.
8,
Those are two
9.
stop signs just in the time I saw him.
1, 2,
And
3,
I've got his
4,
car
5,
number.
6, 7, 8, 9. No.
Went to the sheriff's office with it.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5, 6,
I'm just
7,
wondering,
8.
is the sheriff's supervisor supposed to be the good driver or one that you have to
1,
help
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
what
8,
things look out for?
9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not right. Oh, it will be. Hold on. It will be. There we go. 5, 6. Okay.
And the office, watch officer that I talked to was like, they're supposed to be the example. I go, this guy was not an example except for a bad one. He's like, ouch. Yeah.
Oi. Okay. And just in case anybody's wondering, I'm not like Jewish or anything where they use the word oi a lot. I just um I probably saw it on a movie and just thought that's a pretty cool name. I mean, a pretty cool word, and started using it. There, finally. Okay. So you can see that the way I do trees is, pretty easy, um, but not always practical when it comes to um, the next row. So I don't know if any of you remember this, but there's a Christmas movie called Claymation Christmas. And at one point, they're singing "Oh Christmas Tree," and they've got elves, and they're like, I don't know if they had a magic wand or if they, because, you know, it's April. I just don't remember. Um, but they either had a magic wand or they were just pointing their finger with their elf magic, something like that. And, um, like the presents were coming in as a block, like a white concrete or blue concrete or whatever, kind of block. Um, I'm using that as an example because, Minecraft. But they were coming in like that, and then they were, um, doing the magic thing, and it was turning into, like a teddy bear, a bicycle, a doll. Yeah, it was pretty cool. If we ever got to have enough money that we could buy a bigger house, um, I would want to maybe see if I could get another bicycle, but the problem is that I need a 22 inch and
Yeah, don't have that much
uh
space.
that it's not going to work
Do that.
because they don't make 22 inches anymore. You aren't short enough to you're too short to ride that BMX, that little BMX bike, and you're too tall. I mean, you're too tall to ride the little BMX bike, and you're too short to ride the 26 inch that they think that you should have to ride.
I took out clothes.
Um, it's not okay. 24-inch was a little too high for me. I needed 22, but I wanted a mountain bike, so the problem is that I'd have to go to um there. There's like a whole bicycle store,
I don't like it though.
or at least it's just a section of that store. Um, they sell like $7,000 bicycles,
New Jersey.
and I think that's nuts. But if I could get a 22 inch, if I can get a 22 inch and not have to worry about falling off, then that would be perfect. And I would get one for my sister and my niece too. What is the problem here? Oh, anyway, I would get one for my sister and my niece too. And, kind of start. I don't know if that specific term is okay anymore, but like start a chub club to where we're all trying to lose weight together. Well, not my niece because she's still little Miss Skinny Minnie, but um, me and my sister and my brother-in-law, we need to slim down, and actually, my other sister needs that kind of help too.
Very little money and a lot of
Um,
house.
I feel like my brother cheated. He got he got the
Foreign
surgery
lands of Michigan.
to like
For all four of us. If we could get everybody in one shot.
um okay, I'm confused. Why is it not growing then? There we go.
That's
Anyway, he got that surgery
embarrassing.
um
A lot of stuff.
to make his stomach smaller. I kind of felt okay, so I kind of felt bad because I was like so hungry. I'm like, I want to go get Chinese food before Grandma's party,
Yeah, and then you didn't bother to finish it.
and then I couldn't finish it. So then when we got to Grandma's party, they had pesto pasta, and they had regular with marinara pasta, and um, a salad, but it was made out of um,
Served you with
it wasn't in like a traditional
a
salad
regular house
where it's got the
in
lettuce
a
and
garden in
the
a field.
um, lettuce and tomatoes and
That one.
oh, okay, yeah, look up higher and you find out the problem.
That's okay.
Um, it wasn't a traditional salad, so I just grabbed a little bit of it
I love
and, you
dinosaurs a
know,
lot.
all good kind of thing. But, we ended up not eating as much as we would have if we hadn't had lunch first. But then we would have been like starving if we hadn't gotten the food. So, yeah. I kind of wish that, food that um, actually, I really wish that, food that you really, really, really wanted to eat, but you just got too full, um,
Yeah.
like that it never went bad, so you can have it anytime you want, and it would still taste totally fresh.
You said you took out the 2019 Donuts. I remember that. That's good.
I know, weird thing to think about, but seriously. And and you know how on
Are we still using
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, they had the Wonka Vision, so they could send, they could take the candy bar from here and send it over there, but once it got over there, it was smaller. I wish they would come up with that kind of technology where you you'd probably have to have a monthly subscription. But I've said this several times. I would love it if they would have um you know taste of vision or something like that. So you see that the people on the commercial are eating blueberry muffins and you get a blueberry muffin, or you see that um well, it wouldn't work so good. Okay, it wouldn't work so good on the original Santa Claus movie because remember he burnt, Dad burnt the turkey on that one. But maybe you'd get whatever uh what was it, Takahashi? It was kind of funny because she goes, "Are you a Takahashi?" That doesn't sound right. Anyway, whatever we'll call them Toyota. I know that's a word. Um. Anyway, we'll call them Toyota. Um. But Judy asks, "Are you a Toyota?" And just like there was two, it was like there was two classes of reservations that night. It's not reservations because it's Denny's, but it was like there's two classifications that night. Toyota and Dad burnt the turkey. So Charlie goes, "Dad burnt the turkey," and she's like, "Oh yeah," and takes them over to the Dad burnt the turkey room. I mean section. It's kind of funny. Now in this house, it would be Mom burnt the turkey. But we used to really like those Genio turkey slices. It came as a turkey slice. I mean, slices of turkey. Kind of like when you do a meatloaf and you cut it into you know, um, bread slice kind of thing. Yeah, like bread. Anyway, but it was turkey. And we loved that because you just put it in the oven for as long as it says, and it came out nice and hot. And, it's like turkey for dummies. It was awesome. And then now we can't find it anymore. It was like turkey for the people who can't go and take a turkey for, say, Thanksgiving, and um, it was like turkey for those people who can't take a turkey and actually make it taste like something, because they've never done it before. And I loved it, and I wish they would bring that back because it's totally ridiculous that they don't have it anymore. It's like people like my son could have a great feeling of accomplishment because they can make turkey. You know, I know I'm like totally harping on this, but seriously, they need to bring it back. But what I was saying a minute ago though is that like if they could have something like that, you have a monthly subscription, um, and whatever you see on TV, that's what you get for food. That would be really cool. I think that would be really awesome, and mm, I mean, the one problem though is that, somebody would find a way to overeat. So it's like, how do you figure, how do you, um, how do you figure it out to, um, it's kind of like, the replicator in Star Trek. And you notice like everybody, I mean, there with very few exceptions, everybody is skinny in Star Trek, and I don't quite like that. But you know, they're it's like they've figured out how to make how to make food not fattening, and they've suddenly figured out how to make sure that people don't overeat. And I don't know if they did that on purpose or what. Because of course Gene Roddenberry passed away. His son is still uh is still alive, and or I think his son's still alive. And we actually got to meet him in South Lake Tahoe. Um, and we got invited. So, like we just sat there in the. I was hoping that it was going to be like, let's go to McDonald's, let's go to the Snowflake, something. But no, he decided to go to the Japanese restaurant. And I'm like, okay, I've never had Japanese food before. Um, no, I had like had Japanese food once before, I think. I had teriyaki beef or steak or something like that. I don't know. Um, okay, this is not making any sense why this tree is not growing. Um, anyway, like I would like it if they would like invent the replicator, so then you have you have the ability to have like eggs, juice, toast, and milk, like this like the commercial was saying. But I think I remember it being a cereal commercial, so having eggs, juice, toast, and milk did not seem to fit the bill. But anyway, that's what they were saying. Um, and it would be neat if there would be the replicator, and you get eggs, juice, toast, and milk for breakfast. Or if you're watching a donut commercial, preferably not Krispy Kreme for me, or Entenmann's. I don't like the Entenmann's either. Um, but that's the small problem, is that you'd have to figure out a way to do the different kinds of donuts. But like on Star Trek, you can go and say, okay, um, she was saying, make me a chocolate sundae, and she was like, don't give me the perfect chocolate sundae that you always give me. She's like saying, I want this, 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 and this, and the replicator's going, I don't understand. Okay, finally got it to go.
Go to the end of the block again. Look right. Oh, left, left.
Oh, for a second there, I was thinking that, um, for a few seconds there, I was thinking that the,
That was your right.
there we go.
Yep.
Think that'll work. I was thinking that Cinderella wasn't on Disneyland Adventures. She is. She's where you get the magic wand.
Yeah.
So today we did some kind of pictures for the aliens,
Okay.
and then it seemed like the aliens were done, but
I have to
I
get
don't
in
know yet.
August. I need to get it done in August. Strategically, I'll probably pick up the place over here on
Oh
the left
dang, it's almost
instead.
11 already. Okay, so
Right across
I
the
write
track from
books,
here.
and they are available on Amazon in hardback, paperback, and ebook. They ship everywhere that
So
Amazon
the
ships
main
to,
farm,
and
the main farmyard
they
is a block right there.
are available for okay, let's try this again. They're available for free shipping.
Level 161.
Pirate's Daughter, Misfortune, and Hard Times are $26 each for the hard book.
Can't get the intersection right
Hardback.
there.
Esperanza's Party is 24, The Island is 25, Lessons in Love is 27, and Adopted Coral is not yet available in hardback.
Hang on. You're having
I'm
trouble
gonna try very
finding the
hard to see
watermark.
if I can recreate her book,
It's not behind you.
and
And then
um,
that 131 or 134
if I can
is
recreate
this
her
next
book
block
so it's
farther.
even better and no longer in black and white, then I will put that together with Ben's book when I make that. I'm hoping to make
Yeah.
that soon, but I don't know.
Yeah, so if you
Um,
have a farm that's
I
64,
feel like,
that's where you start.
when I go and tell people that it only took about 40 minutes for me to do Coral's book, that, they want to
So now
deduct,
that there's new farmers and new
um,
buildings are here,
that,
so you
that
can
people
see
want to deduct IQ points from the book, saying it sucks or
it's
something
just
like that because
the
it
farmers
didn't
right
take very
there.
long. But actually, it's pretty good. I like it. It's cute.
Okay.
And it's got pictures that
And
I
then
don't remember where we have them anymore. I think they're on the
these
broken
set
external.
up strategic
But
farmers. The buildings are
um,
there. And then you just
that may or may
farm
not be in the
on the
house.
farm.
Now that I think about it, it could have been
But
storage
you
for all
can
I know.
farm on this new farmland
Um,
because then all those buildings get to be good.
but
Did you realize that?
yeah, if I can
Oh,
get all
sorry,
those
not this.
together,
This is
then I
yours.
will put that into
This is
hardback, and I will be pretty happy.
this is
So anyway, Coral's book is $6 for the paperback. All others are 20,
Mel's good.
and then Coral is $2.99 for the ebook. Pirate's Daughter and Esperanza's Party are $3.05 for the ebook, and all the others are 5.
With wood, so when you come into town, you need to
If
buy
you're
wood
watching me on Twitch right now, please follow
and
and
cut it.
chat. If you're watching me on YouTube right
But
now, please
this one here,
like, share, comment,
you're gonna buy this.
subscribe,
But
notification
it's
bell.
cheap
Please get
that
those
way.
valid public watch hours up, and please
This
buy my
is
books. And I guess as soon as we get to the end of the row here, we'll end the stream. It's not quite 11 yet, and it's 10:58.
okay.
So, yeah. But I'm gonna keep doing this. I
Okay, how's your work going?
I need to get something to eat. I need to do the litter boxes once again, and
It's lovely.
I actually need to start doing not a full not a not a full thing where you add more litter at the end and all that, but I need to start
It's much
like
better.
doing that twice a week.
Farming River
on.
dense one that's all flat, then just
Okay.
get rid of fields. I turned a couple of those fields into farms, so on one of my playthroughs I had.
See, I'm
Especially
confused. Why do some of
steep
them
curved mods.
it just goes right up, and then the others it's like, are we there yet? So I'm having pretty good luck getting it right here. Yeah, I'm having pretty good luck getting it right there and it growing. So I guess we'll keep doing that. Um, but I committed to doing the whole row before I try. Hold on. Okay, I don't know what happened, but like all of a sudden yeah, it was like there was a hair on hanging from my eyelash or something. Yeah, I don't know if I got it, but it doesn't feel like there's hair there anymore, so. Anyway, so I will continue doing this off stream
Did you go in as new farmer?
and see you next time.
Huh.
There we go. See, all we have to do is bone meal all these trees here, and then it'll look like all the other parts before it. It'll look really nice. And is that a hole? No. Okay.
I'm almost certain about it.
It's shadow, but it's not a hole. Um,
Maybe not.
that's the only problem I found with vibrant visuals. I really like vibrant visuals. Um, that's the only problem I found is that sometimes you're looking at a shadow and you're thinking, is that a hole? And no, it's not a hole. You're fine. Okay, so I will see you in the next stream or video.